Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Bell Ringers podcast. Colin Daly alongside Benjamin Goldstein. And folks, as we are recording today's episode, 3:25 p.m. Eastern Time, and there is currently baseball happening. And that is so exciting for me, for Ben, and hopefully for all of you. As we speak, the Dodgers and Padres are facing off down in Arizona. Well, the Arizona area, I guess I should say. I don't know exactly where they're located, but it is a very exciting time of the year. Now, there are still some free agents that need to be signed. There are some free agents that recently signed. And there are a lot of other happenings in baseball that we are going to discuss today. Ben, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm feeling this intro music, and I'm just as good because baseball is back. We're back to baseball, and it's a very exciting time, as you said. Summer's coming soon. It's starting to get warmer out. The sun's staying out longer. It's great. I'm not waking up in the morning and it's pitch black anymore, so it's good.
Yeah, that is definitely a nice one. Not having to walk to the bus stop in pitch black is a very nice bonus of this time of the year.
That's for sure. It's still too cold.
Well, you know where there was pitch black today?
Where?
At the Carpenter Complex down in Clearwater. The Phillies lost power today.
The phones weren't working. A bird crapped on Aaron Nola. I mean, what are we? I mean, I guess bird poop, they say, is good luck, and maybe this is just like the worst thing that'll happen this season.
Well, I definitely hope so, because according to athletic beat writer Matt Gelb, it was not a good day in Clearwater today. So
that's a shame.
Now, I guess while we're talking about this whole situation, it was right before Media Day. And the thing with Media Day this year is the New Jerseys. We did not discuss this in the last episode.
I opted to keep it.
I don't think there's much to discuss.
I think I have more of a problem with the pants. I don't have an immediate photo I can pull up. I could probably go find them, but the pants are see-through. I can see Shohei Ohtani's underwear. It is a really, 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 really bad look.
Like, I'd agree.
Look at this photo. Here, I'm going to pull it up. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see it. If not, we'll try and describe it as best as possible. But here, look at, you can see the tag and the dude's underwear. This is Scott Barlow in Cleveland. You can, what are we doing? What else we got here? Here's Ohtani. You can see the jersey here. Below his belt buckle, which you shouldn't be able to see. The pants, the jerseys are whatever. The back of the jersey, the nameplate, it sucks, but it is what it is. The players don't like them. What's more striking to me is that you can see through the pants. That's the biggest problem that I have. Let me see if there's another one for Bryce Harper today, if we can pull it up. Here we go. Here's Bryce Harper. You can't really see it that much with the Phillies today.
Well, yeah, they get the pinstripes, and then it just kind of throws off your eyes a little bit.
True. So, I don't know. I think the pants are really bad, but I don't know. Maybe the pants got fixed. Maybe they just came in today. I don't know. But this is really, people are putting a lot of this on Nike, but it's Fanatics is the one who's manufacturing all this, and Fanatics is known for having very bad quality items, and that is continuing with the MLB. So I know the Fanatics is taking over the NHL's manufacturing next year, so that'll be interesting, but not good.
Yeah, Ben, I'm about to send you one right now. I'd imagine you saw this, but
I probably did. Is it the Aaron Judge one?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, you can see like his like his credential in his pocket through the jersey,
I don't know
or
what it
through
is.
the pants. What are you sending this to me on?
Twitter.
All right. Yes, I did. Yeah. I did see this. Here's another one. This is I don't know who this is on the San Francisco Giants.
Casey Schmidt.
The cream jerseys. I mean, what are we doing? You can see some things you don't want to see.
Correct.
I mean, what's gonna? Yeah, I like this comment. What's gonna happen when it's raining?
That's a good one.
Like why would you post this? Like why?
They need some quality. They need to hire some better quality control people in the Giants organization.
Yeah, that's bad. that's embarrassing for San Francisco. But the jerseys are bad. Everyone knows it. Trey Turner said everyone hates them. So do the fans. We'll see. Rob Manfred kind of hinted that if they need to make a change, they will. I doubt they will before opening day, but
No.
maybe like the first like 2 weeks of camp, the guys hate them. Nike will try and make something quick, but I doubt it.
I also hate that they got rid of the spring training jerseys.
That's a Nike thing. That's the their
know.
4-for-1 hat rule or whatever it is. I don't they can only have 4 jerseys, and they had to get rid of this one because they're getting their City Connect, which are going to be terrible.
I got that, but why does that apply to spring training?
Because
like,
it's still in the jersey rotation.
I know this is a ridiculous thing for me to say, but like the way I see it, pinstripes signifies the regular season. Like these games are not supposed to be real. Like it's gonna throw me off. I already know.
There should be a difference.
Watching Bryce Harper in the box wearing red pinstripes in February is not supposed to happen.
In Clearwater.
Like for me, red
in a minor league stadium.
Red is practice. I don't know how to explain it, but like
I mean, they wore the red. They wore the red during the postseason.
On my laptop here, I'm watching Padres Dodgers, and it's bothering me. The Padres are in their like brown and yellow jerseys, and it's bothering me. Anyways, while we're talking about weird baseball things, did you see the video of the Padres dugout?
No.
I'll send you another one. This is crazy.
What happened?
They must have put them like since it's the first game, they must have brought like all of their players, like whether they're in major league or minor league spring training, into the dugout, and it's like it's incredibly packed in there. Like no room to breathe.
Everyone who picked up a baseball bat, isn't it? Let's look at this.
Look how insane that is.
Oh wow, that's a packed dugout. That's like high school. That's like high school that's like high school playoffs when the JV team dresses.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. All right, let's get to Phillies. So the Phillies signed Whit Merrifield for a year, $8 million. The Phillies are Whiz Whit. What do you put in your cheesesteak, Colin?
Whiz.
Whit? With the onions? You like onions?
It depends. It's like a day-by-day thing for me.
I despise onions. But yeah,
really?
1 year, $8 million. The deal includes a club option for $8 million with a $1 million buyout. So Merrifield's salary this season will be $7 million, but with bonuses, he can max out to $16.6 million over 2 seasons. He's 35. He's a 3-time All-Star. He had 272, 318, and 382 last season with the Blue Jays. He's a career 284 hitter in 8 seasons, 201 stolen bases. He plays everywhere. This is kind of perfect for the Phillies, Colin.
It is. A lot of people do not seem to like this deal. I cannot see it. I don't understand what people's issues are. And I mean, listen, I get it. I totally get it. There are some metrics and there are some numbers that will tell you that he is probably not going to be an all-star caliber player this season. He's probably not going to start consistently. He'll start, He'll probably
He
get
will
in.
not be the open. He will not be when you're in the postseason. Everyone's healthy, or even the regular season. Everyone's healthy. He won't start. There's nowhere for him. I'd rather have Rojas out there than him. And Merrifield's good, but he's 35 years old. His defense isn't as good as it was, and he's a contact guy. And people are going to want the home runs, and you're not going to get that with Merrifield. He had 11 last year, drove in 67 runs, and he was 26 for 36 stolen bases. So he's going to be good off the bench in a good situation when you need him, but
Totally.
it will absolutely not be starting. And also, $8 million is nothing in the MLB today.
In this day and age, absolutely not. Yeah, the thing I don't get with the whole Merrifield argument is like, I like to read into the metrics. I like to use the numbers to really dive deeply into things, but there are some things you just cannot glance over. I mean, the guy was an all-star last year. He made the American League All-Star team.
That was a very good team too. That the
Exactly.
National League actually beat.
He made the American League All-Star team. He's a career 284 hitter, 750 OPS. You mentioned that he's still got the speed.
102 OPS.
The only real concern that I have is he hasn't really been in a role like this where he's not playing every single day. And I don't know how well he's going to do not starting 162 games. I mean, like, if you look back at his previous seasons, he played 158 games in 2018. He hit 304, had an 805 OPS. In 2019, 162 game player. 2020, for a second season in a row, he played every game. He played all 60. 2021, 162. And in 2022, he played 139. Granted, there was a point where he was traded during this middle of the season, so he probably lost 3 or 4 games there going between teams. So he's the guy who plays every day, and he's never really been in that role where 2022, he played 139, 145 last year. He was with Toronto for the entire season. So I don't know how he's going to do in this role where he's not getting as consistent at bats. However, I do think he's still going to be about as close to an everyday player as you can get without being an everyday player. Because the guy's versatile. He can play infield, outfield. So whenever someone needs a day, especially when you get into the dog days of, July, August, September, Whit Merrifield's going to be the guy they go to.
Yeah, and Edmundo Sosa was kind of that role, 6-man off, or not 6-man, that's the NBA, the 10th man, and that's kind of what you're getting with Whit Merrifield. He'll be their first guy off the bench. He's.
Do you think they're going to try?
I think in this role, he wanted to come here. I think he knew what he was coming into. And he did, and he said, I know I take everything with an athlete says with a grain of salt at this anymore, but he said he's at the point of his career. He's an 8-year vet. He has the All-Stars. He has the batting titles. He wants to win. He's never been on a winning team. He was with Kansas City, and then he was with Toronto. And Toronto has never really done anything when he was there. And Kansas City was never much of anything when he was there either. So
he missed about a year.
He did miss the World Series by a year. He could have been a champion. But he knows what he's coming into, and I think he'll adapt. I think he'll be fine. I wouldn't worry with. He seems like a pretty driven, cool guy. So
yeah,
I think he will be okay. I would not worry.
I mean, he's been historically successful, so yeah, I definitely think there's a lot of upside with the Merrifield signing. I think the Phillies are trending in the right direction, starting to look not just at the big names, but at those small little upgrades that the really good teams make. And I'm going to tell you the truth, and this is the first time I've really felt this in a long time. This, to me, felt like a Braves type of move. An Atlanta Braves, kind of like how they went out and got guys like Jock Peterson. What was that, 2022? They got Jock Peterson. That was a huge move for Atlanta that ended up paying off in the long run. Jorge Soler, a guy who really built his profile. obviously Whit Merrifield's a little older than these guys, and while his role is different, it's one of those depth moves that every year at the trade deadline, we look at what the Braves did. We said, hey, that didn't really make sense. Why did they go after that guy? Why did they trade for that guy? Why did they sign this guy? But when you look at it in hindsight, a lot of their moves end up coming back to help them a lot. I think this is going to be one of those situations that could really benefit the Phillies. Low risk, high reward.
Yeah, I'm even more of an obvious with the Braves. Eddie Rosario in 2021
Oh yeah,
kind of led them to that World Series title, and especially through that NLCS. He was ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think I said 22. They did not win the World Series in 22. That was the Phillies in the World Series from the National League that year. But what I don't know how I forgot that one. And the Braves had I can't remember if it was last year or the year before. I don't know why I'm blanking. Pierce Johnson, a reliever for Atlanta. He was a guy who got traded from, I want to say, Colorado, and was like really struggled and came to Atlanta, and he was absolutely lights out.
Whenever Atlanta gets somebody, you know that's going to happen. I mean, I'm scared of Chris Sale. I think I might be scared of Chris Sale again because anyone that touches that Atlanta soil just becomes an MVP again. So
this is true.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I was Pierce. Pierce Johnson was with the Braves in 2023.
All right, let's look at a big deal. You said that Phillies are looking more at those smaller deals than those big deals. Well, they were certainly looking at a big deal.
Wow.
In January, I don't remember exactly when he signed, but
December.
The Phillies offered Yoshinobu Yamamoto reportedly the most of any team. 300, I think it was 325 million. I don't know if things are just being thrown out there just to make the Phillies look good. Because apparently the Mets had the biggest deal, and then the Dodgers matched it. The Yankees didn't offer as much, but the Phillies apparently had the most of any team. 325 million plus. How does that make you feel? Just that they did that, and that they haven't spent that kind of money or attempted to spend that kind of money on anybody since you still have the Jordan Montgomerys and the Blake Snells and the Cody Bellingers still out there.
Well, none of them are going to get $325 million.
It's just the fact that the Phillies have the money.
They shouldn't get $325 million. But right now, I'm okay. I think that every guy on this Phillies team deserves an opportunity. There are guys right now that would be replaced by some of the guys you mentioned, right? Cody Bellinger would take Johan Rojas' role. I don't think that's justified right now. I mean, I understand that, yes, Cody Bellinger might have a little bit more power, a little bit more versatility, in the field, because Bellinger can play first base, he can play outfield, than Rojas. But there is that cost-benefit analysis that you have to consider when evaluating a major league roster, right? So Johan Rojas is being paid league minimum at the major league level right now. Cody Bellinger would not be paying a league minimum. That money can go to other places. I think that Rojas deserves to, prove why he's capable of being an everyday major league player. The same goes for Christopher Sanchez. He didn't do one thing wrong last season. He was as solid as a number 5 guy you could ask for. Why should he be replaced by someone who they're going to have to pay a crap ton of money for? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Are you shocked that all these guys haven't? We are playing baseball games, and there are still a lot of free agents still available. I mean, we've seen it before, but those were Bryce Harper and Manny Machado. This is Jordan Montgomery, Blake Snell, and some other guys.
Not really, honestly. I mean, we signed Schwarber and Castellanos during spring training, if my memory serves.
That was because of the lockout.
Correct. True. That's right. Yeah. No, I don't think I'm overly surprised. No. I'm a little surprised with Snell, because it seems to me, at least, it seems really hard to not be, I guess, Snell and Montgomery. it seems hard to not have your full pitching routine during spring training. Like I'd assume every season up until this point, those two individuals have gone through a very, very similar, consistent routine, and now it's being completely broken. So for me, that one's a little perplexing, but for positional players, I don't think there's any rush to sign, especially a guy like Cody Bellinger, who people have mixed opinions. Some think he had a lucky season in 2023 with the Chicago Cubs, and other people are saying that he is deserving of one of those mega contracts and that he is the MVP player we saw back in the year where I do think it ultimately went to Christian Yelich. So that is definitely a mixed bag of opinions regarding Bellinger, but I can understand where he's coming from. So I'm not overly surprised that he's not inked a deal yet.
From your sources, I know you have a lot of sources. A lot of people telling you different things.
Oh yeah.
This Yamamoto deal. Did the Phillies actually do this? Is this for real, or are we just getting things shoved out and it's not true? I know. What are your people telling you?
Well, the people that I definitely talk to, I don't, are saying that it did happen. I mean, I don't think to lie. Like, just it seems like lying about this type of thing could be exposed so easily by like Yamamoto's teammates now on the Dodgers, his agent. Like, it just doesn't seem that worth it. The Phillies have proven that they are willing to spend money. I mean, like, if you go back and look at all of their off seasons, Nola, he got what? Second, third largest contract of the off season. Trey
like
Turner, right? That's 2022, 23, whatever you want to call that. Year before, Schwarber and Castellanos. The year before that, was it JT Realmuto? I think it was JT Realmuto. Best catcher in baseball at the time. Year prior, I believe that was Bryce Harper. I might have skipped a year. Oh, no.
Wait.
Was that Wheeler?
20. This year was Nola. Last year was Turner. So the 21 off season was it was Schwarber and Casty. The year before that was the 2020 off season was Wheeler and Realmuto. I don't remember what year they had to re-sign JT. Oh, that was after 2020. So yeah, I guess it was the 2020 off season. Then Bryce was 2019.
Yeah.
Speaking of JT, Realmuto was hitting in a biomechanics cage 3 times a week immediately after the NOCS.
I saw that. Yeah. I read that article.
Yeah, him and Kevin Long did some work on the swing as well. Realmuto said it started to feel more natural. Now it feels good. So Realmuto had kind of a down year last year, I would say.
He definitely had a down year. I think it was very visible.
And he was chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone. Apparently, he feels better with this swing. Catcher to catcher, because I know you're a big catcher and you love talking to JT Realmuto because you guys talk all the time. How do you feel?
Well, I'm not totally sure. So I read the full article on this, and at the beginning I was convinced. Then he started going into this thing about how he has a higher leg kick now, and I've never been a big fan of the leg kick. It's very hard to keep consistent, and when the ball is coming at you at 101 miles per hour from Jose Alvarado, half an inch higher of a leg kick is going to completely mess up your timing, and that's the difference between swinging through a fastball and hitting it right on the nose. Obviously, you have to have some sort of stride when you're hitting, but I'm not sure how I feel about a higher leg kick. Yet again, if that's the way he times best, I'm sure he didn't just pull that out of a hat. I'm sure they've experimented with different ways of controlling his timing and figuring out how he can best get to the appropriate spot to hit the baseball depending on where it's pitched. So,
and he was using technology, and we do know that technology never lies.
Oh, never. It's 100% accurate. Not at all. I'm gonna have to do some research after the pod. I have no idea what a biomechanics.
I was gonna ask you. You build robots. You should know what a biomech. It's like I I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I mean,
tried to.
biomechanics to me just sounds like another word for kinesiology. Yep, that's exactly what it is.
So what is it?
Biomechanics is the study of the structure, function, and motion of the mechanical aspects of biological systems.
So can you dumb that down for us?
Yeah, to me it sounds like kinesiology.
We still don't know what that is.
Movement of humans, movement of living things, how your body parts, your organs, your bones, muscles, tendons interact with one another, how they're all connected, intertwined, that kind of thing.
Colin's the science guy. I'm more of English and history.
A little bit.
Colin likes the numbers and the that confusing stuff. Anyway, I think we've come to an end for this podcast. It's the first inning, and the Dodgers are winning 8-0. So we're off to a great start of the Dodgers' dominance in 2024.
Big
Did we miss anything? Did we miss anything? Anything we need to catch up on? Will Colin Daly be in Clearwater this year? Yes or no?
He will not.
He will not.
I will not be. My parents will be, but I will not be.
Colin will not be making it to Clearwater.
Not
first year since 2020.
2019.
They didn't have spring training in 2020, so.
Well, I went there the winter before. Did I? I can't remember. It's been such a hot minute.
All right. No, well, maybe your parents. Maybe your parents.
I went 2019, 2022, and 2023. So I guess I skipped 2020 probably.
And 21. Did they have fans that year? I don't even know.
I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
Maybe your parents could get some content for us and talk to Dombrowski. See what's really going on.
Oh, we talked to John Middleton last year.
My good friend, John Middleton.
Yeah, I met John Middleton. Apparently, he grew up in the same area as my mom. So that's pretty cool.
Yep. All right. That's going to do it from us. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening. This is brought to you, by the way, by SeatGeek. Hello, episode number 48. Thank you, SeatGeek, for sponsoring. Use code Phillies Sports Report. Hold the S to save $20 off your first purchase. Again, PHILLYSPORTSREPORT at SeatGeek to save $20 off. What are we doing, Colin?
Hold the S. Toss that crap out the window. Nobody needs an S around here.
Thank you for watching and listening. Go follow us on Twitter. Link is in the description. Or X, whatever. And follow Philly Sports everywhere. Because we are everywhere. Thank you for watching and listening. Go Phillies.
Thanks, everybody.